as I parallel my college races and experiences to my life, it was then given to me this concept of hurdle life, and that the obstacles and barriers in life are also meant to be hurdled. We have heard, and I'm sure we have heard, that life is a race that goes to the one that endureth, right, to the end. Not the swift and the quick, but maybe the patient, the graceful, right? The tortoise beat the hare, right? And so life is a race, and it presents barriers and obstacles along the way. That could be prejudice, it could be discrimination, it could be deprivation. I know being born into a family of 6, I'm third. I have 2 older siblings and 3 younger siblings. But being born into a family of 6, and when my mother was left to raise us on her own, I wasn't born into a lot of privilege or resources and giving a lot. And we survived, thank God, through the help of a lot of social services programs. So I really admire this congregation and the work that you all do in your generosity to different causes and organizations, and just in your own life as advocates and givers, because it is that type of generosity that sustained my family in Omaha, Nebraska, when my mom did the best she could with what she was left with. And so early in my life, I had barriers and obstacles to overcome and work through. My mother's a wonderful woman. Her name's Cynthia. She's amazing. She's an amazing grandmother. She's an amazing mother. She, in many ways, is my best friend because she has never left me, never judged me, always accepted me and encouraged me through all that I've been through, my ups and my downs. And I think about, still in that, there was times where it was hard. You know, food was scarce, money was low, and time was, she didn't have much of it because she was working so much. And a lot of my lessons too, I learned from the courts, I learned from my coaches, I learned from my probation officers, and I'm thankful for those experiences. I'm thankful that God places people like that in places like that for kids like me to give me a message of accountability, of responsibility, to embrace a new beginning or a new environment. I will say, and I'll continue to say, that South Dakota is a wonderful state with a lot of beautiful people. I understand and believe and know that there's still racism and prejudice and extreme thought and rude and cruel people in the world. But I believe some of the best people that I've ever met has been right here in the state of South Dakota. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I feel discriminated against and I feel oppressed, and because I don't. I know it exists. I know it is happening, but I think my mind has been made up to not be a victim of my past traumatic experiences, whether my own or my ancestors. I choose to be a part of the solution. I choose to be what I want to see in the world. So if I want a person to accept my diversity, the differences in me, who am I to use our differences as a way to then make me feel better than them? I don't do that. That's not the way I operate my thought. I embrace diversity. I embrace the differences in all people. I think it's a beautiful